Out of everyone in the Fellowship, Samwise Gamgee has the craziest time because Tolkien actually describes him as very simple, and I'm not talking intelligence. He was actually quite smart for who he was, but he was a worker class. He was a gardener. I mean, he wasn't like some of the greater houses, like the Tooks or the Brandybucks, the Hornblowers, even the Sackville Baggins, and of course the Baggins. This dude went on this journey and literally saw things that he was told as a child from Bilbo and others, and of great tales and legends in real time, in person. And like even when he leaves for the first time, he's super excited. He has never met an elf before. And even after meeting Gildor and Glorion, he's kind of blown away by it and doesn't really understand it. And it just gets crazier for him after this. I mean, the dude saw the stone trolls that Bilbo told him about as a kid. He even says to Frodo, he's like, Mr. Frodo, look, it's Mr. Bilbo's trolls. And like, Frodo ain't doing too hot because he got, stabbed by the Morgul blade, and he's like, ugh. But then Sam starts singing a troll song, and it's wild to hear because apparently he was taught poetry and singing by Bilbo as well as being taught how to read and write. And it just gets wilder for him because he ends up at Rivendell, one of these great locations and one of the last homely homes here in the West. And he meets Elrond, but he has some idea of what's going on here because after the Council of Elrond, he's like, dude, we got ourselves in a pickle. And this dude's journey gets even crazier because he ends up in one of the greatest dwarven realms in history. Khazad-dûm, or Moria. And it doesn't end there. He literally sees a Balrog, an ancient demon of the First Age, and he's like, holy crap! And it just gets better for him. Because next thing he knows, he's in Lothlorien, the very heart of Elvendom. And he sees Galadriel and Celeborn, and he experiences how to live like an elf. He even gets Hithlin, the elven rope, and his gift, a Malorn seed, is something that a lot of people don't realize is probably the most important treasured gift that any of the Fellowship gets. And then even after this, when he's in Ithilien, the dude sees an Oliphaunt that he only heard about in his youth and stories. In person, he's like, oh my god! But then it's downhill from here. Because a lot of people don't realize this, but the hobbits actually know about Mordor and the legend of the Dark Lord and so forth. And this dude is standing in front of the Black Gate Moranon, literally about to go in there. And he goes to Minas Morgul at the Morgul Vale, and he sees like literal sorcery in person, and finally fights something out of straight nightmares, Shelob, only to end up at Mount Doom, where he now is at the Cracks of Doom, Sammath Naur, seeing the One Ring destroyed. But the craziest thing is after he wakes up, him and Frodo, and they're at the celebration at the Fields of Cormallen, because he sees these two young knights who look like children, and it's Merry and Pippin, and the first thing he asks, why are you taller than me?